You finally made it to your vacation destination.
The air hits different, the scenery is just next level, you're feeling 10 out of 10, and everywhere you go is an inspiration. You get back home from your rejuvenating vacation of a lifetime to post a few photos, because I mean, did your vacation really happen without an impeccable Instagram dump? But wait, where are all the good photos? They all look trash, and you realize you only have one half-decent one at best. I know, quite dramatic, but we live for the drama. Too many times I've gone on a vacation, it doesn't even have to be a big vacation. Then I come back and realize, even after putting all this effort into styling myself and feeling good, looking good, and all of a sudden, no photos. Which is why I made this video so that on your upcoming vacation, you're gonna have all the slay photos you want. If you're new to my channel, my name is David Suh, your favorite neighborhood LA photographer that believes you are a work of art. I teach people how to pose and most importantly, explore their identity while looking hot AF. I compiled my top 5 things that you can do to make sure you get the hottest, the cutest, the dreamiest vacation photos on your next vacation. I'll also be giving you my top 10 vacation poses at the end of the video, so make sure you're watching all the way through. You're not thinking like a photographer enough. Now that makes sense because we all have this beautiful thing. Most of us have access to a pretty good camera because we all have our smartphones now. You have the right tool, we just need to bring in the knowledge of a photographer as well. The journey of a photographer is everlasting. For instance, I've been on this journey for over a decade. Even as a professional photographer, I have so much to learn.
But David, does that mean I have to invest 10 years to get just one good vacation photo of myself?
Absolutely not, because you got David Suh here. I'm here to give you the 80-20 rule. Here's 20% of knowledge that will grant you 80% of the results. So generally speaking, I think photography can be broken down into 3 components. First one being vision and objective. Number 2, what are the constraints and parameters? And number 3, how do you execute? I think for our framework, where we want to spend a little bit more time for this video is the second one, because for vision and objective, this takes time. Here's a thinking framework I want you to adapt. Every time you're on your vacation, always answer the first question of who is the main subject? Who's the main character? Most of the times this is gonna be you, but you have to decide, are you the main character or are you the photographer taking photos of someone else? You can go a level deeper than that. If you're anything like me, we like to go out and dress up. I know you put in the details to your clothes. So you as a main character might also have more main characters. Maybe it's like the new shoe that you bought. Maybe it's the fact that you styled your jeans like this. Think one step further when you think about yourself as the main subject. Second part of that framework is who's the supporting actor? You are the most important part of the photo, and then something prompted you to say, I want to take a photo here. What is that thing? Maybe it's a beautiful cafe in Seoul. Maybe it's the beach in Hawaii. Or it could honestly be the opposite way around, and it could be dynamic. It could be for one shot that you're the main character, and then maybe the next shot is now the beach is the main character, and now you're the supporting actor in that. How does this affect your photo? Well, maybe if you're the main character, you're front and center in the shot, and you just want to make sure the beach is there in the background. I know it's a very simple thing, but keep thinking with me here. But let's say now we want to swap that, because we want to be dynamic. That's a point later on. You want to make sure the beach is front and center, looking beautiful. And maybe now, since you're the supporting actor, it's a little bit more of a candid vibe, like a lifestyle shot. Perhaps you're off to the side and you're just blurry and you're walking off the frame. You're a little bit off center. Now we're thinking a little bit more in the art direction world. This is the framework I want you to think about. Now the third and last part of that framework is everything else in that frame supporting that main character or the second supporting character. If not, they need to be out the frame. If you are the main character and the supporting actor is the beach, you're in the center, you got the blue skies behind you, then the blue water, and then all of a sudden there's a red hydrant for some reason. That doesn't support the main character or the secondary supporting character. So we just move that out the shot. Simplicity is the name of the game.
I'm going to remove that. Guys, step in a little closer. Guys, go for that lean again. Yep. Look back that way too.
Speaking of being more like a photographer, are you wanting to take your photography career to the next level in 2025? Because as a photographer, Honeybook helped me save time, stay organized, and ultimately grow my business. So I can stay doing what I love, which is photographing more. And no matter what business you're running, you can start a free trial of Honeybook in January. It'll give you access to tools like online proposals, invoices, contracts, and payments. One of the most common struggles I hear from fellow photographers and creatives and small business owners is that they just don't have time to do the thing that started them down this journey. I went through the struggle as well of starting to realize, oh my gosh, I have to juggle so many different things. I have to wear so many hats, doing invoicing, being an admin, being a designer, being a marketer, being a salesperson, all these kind of things. And then after a whole days of work, then finally I have an hour to do the thing that started it all, my love of photography. Investing in the right tool has been such an important and costly lesson I learned from myself when I try to do everything. So give it a free try because you'll be entered to win a $10,000 prize to invest in yourself and your business. I can't stress enough how important lighting is and how much good lighting makes up your photo. There's just a few points that you should really remember. First thing is when you're on location, always find out where the light is coming from. A really easy way to do this is look at the ground and see where the shadow is coming from. If there is a big shadow like this, we can just see the opposite direction the light is coming from there. Many times what we can do with this knowledge is bring our nose around towards that light and we're gonna look just ever so lovely. We can also, with that knowledge, decide to go 45 from that light towards you, and now we get this beautiful shading across this side, which gives a little bit more of a dramatic photo. Now, you wouldn't know that unless you know where the light is coming from. Which brings me to my second point about lighting. Is the light soft or hard? And we can also find that out by looking at our shadow. If the outline of our shadow is softer and almost blurred around the edges, it's gonna be a softer light. However, if the outline of a shadow is very clear and defined, that means it's gonna be a harsh and hard light that you're under. For the purposes of this video and giving you just 20%, I want you to think of it as soft light is good, hard light is bad. Take a look at my very chaotic footage from Hawaii. So what you're witnessing is me and Nava in Hawaii, where the sunlight is so strong, but the clouds are even stronger and faster. You're gonna notice how it quickly switches up to a very soft light. It goes from very outlined shadows to softer shadows, to sometimes you barely even see the shadow on the ground. And the concept to really look out for here, what I talk about in the video, is soft light is so much more forgiving because there's no shadow, you can look anywhere. But then hard lights, you have to really stay looking at the direction of the light, so it's less forgiving. Reason number 3, framing without intention. Now the first thing I'm gonna have you do is go on your phone and turn on the grid on your camera. Doesn't matter what phone you have, iPhone, Android, Google, you are gonna have the grid. I'm gonna show you my to be patented David Suh framing golden guide tip, whatever it is. This is something I created because I would notice so many girlfriends being frustrated about their boyfriends not being able to take a single good photo of them. Now I created this so that no matter who you pass your phone off to, they will always, I tested this, they will always get a good photo of you. Just follow this tip and you will always get it. I'm gonna send it over to David from the past in Hawaii and he will guide you through. What I tend to see with framing often is for a lot of people, it's easier for them to just keep the phone eye level to them because this is how we consume our internet and social media and stuff. So what we tend to do, we just kind of go like this. They end up looking really short. What do you think of this angle?
Yucky.
Yucky. So this is a no-no. So keep it at the height of your model, girlfriend, partner, bestie's hip height. Or a little higher, but don't go anywhere above or below. Okay, we're gonna keep it here. And notice how we're really close. I'm gonna take 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then let's do the same pose here real quick. Boom. What do you think of this?
Nice.
So much better than this one, right?
Nice.
let's say you want to get the landscape just a bit more. Instead of taking 3 steps back, you take 4 steps back. Okay, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we don't want this because I'm tilting the phone down. Instead, I want to make sure, if anything, I'm tilting it slightly up. Still want to make sure her feet is in frame. And we're gonna, do you want to hit a pose again? Beautiful. And notice now how we get to get a little bit more the beautiful location that we're in, right? Here's the first one we don't like. Here's the second one. Is a good like full body photo. And the third one, if we want to show off the landscape even more. You aren't varying up your shots. You're just getting the same photos over and over again. Every time you think, okay, I need to get a photo with the monument here. So just get a quick, just step way back, go into 0.5 and just take the photo. And that's like the only time you get your photo. No, you gotta vary up your shots. There's many different ways you can vary up your shots. Classically speaking, you can do a full body shot, and then a quarter body shot, and then a half body shot, and then even a close-up shot, like a collarbone up, and then a detail shot, and then now you can also go different various angles. Let's say I'm just photographing you here, right? And I get closer and closer and closer to get those 5 shots. I'm not just done, I can go over here and photograph you, go over here, go down here. So that's one way to get different variations of your shots with your camera, but also what are other ways you can vary up your shots? You can not just be prompted by the big monumental thing like the Eiffel Tower or something, you can also get a shot when you're eating, when you're at a cafe, so that you have this beautiful catalog of artful photos of you and the vibe, the location, the people. Always starting with the full body shot. All right, we're gonna start here utilizing the David Suh framework that we just learned. All right, let's hit a few angles here. Perfect. I'm gonna start at ×1. I see my shoes in there, so I'm just gonna move slightly this way so we get that out of frame. Perfect, lovely pose. Another one. I might even ask her to move slightly this way too. Beautiful, love that. And now, very quickly, I'm gonna just step in a little closer using my feet. Get it, now we're into half body shot, right above the knee, right? Boom, love that. Nose around this way towards your shoulder. Love that, beautiful, and stay there. And now I'm gonna go to ×2. Boom, love that. Now it's really, really half body shot. Sorry, this is quarter shot and now we're getting the half body shot. Beautiful, boom. Do you wanna go for a little upper body lean towards me? Show off the necklace just a bit more. Now I'm gonna change the angle here just a touch. Ooh, I like the looking down. Looking down real quick, love. Perfect, just the eyes up to me. Love that. See, notice how we're really getting creative with this and we're such a different vibe from that, and stay there, to this, right? Now we're just like expressing whole different thing. We're showing off different things. I can even zoom in here just a little bit more and just show off the lips and her jewelry. Perfect, I'm getting a really ×5 shot of your lips and your jewelry pieces. Love that. Ooh, and then now me communicating that allows her to pose in a different way. We can even do something really creative like this, where I can have her, sometimes we do this, right? Like almost like she's taking a selfie. Essentially, I'm just guiding the phone for her. It's very fun. And let's do one last one, maybe turn around, do a detail shot of you fixing your buns. We can show off the flowers, would you look at that? I'm gonna change the exposure down here just a little bit. And then show a little bit more of the profile so I can show off the flowers just a touch more. That's beautiful. Show off the nails, look at that. And then a little peek towards me with your, yep. I like that, yep. Get down below here. Let's do one of these real quick too. Yep, she knows immediately to go for a nice upper body lean towards me. Love that. That's because we just have a lot of synergy in shooting. She knows, looking that way. And going for 0.5 here, something crazy. Maybe even reach out towards the camera, one of those things. Yep, super cool. Yes, and scene. So that's how you do it. Let's clap it up for Ms. Navarose. Yay. Reason number 5 you're feeling awkward in your photos is you're not posing correctly. The way I define posing isn't to just look snatched and beautiful and hot and all this kind of stuff. Yes, that is great. But for me, posing is about body language. How do we present? Because it's not just about hitting shape. We gotta feel a certain way. And when we feel, that influences how our body shapes up, then because it's shaped up physically, that's what the camera captures or what other people see. You can imagine if you're out there and you're feeling shy because you're in a new country or a new place and there's a bunch of people, you feel like you're under a spotlight, almost like you're giving a presentation. It's okay, it makes sense that your body language would shrink in. You don't go like this. Right? Think about any other time you're nervous or even just like a little kid. They start to shrink in. The basic thing I really want you to just think about every time when it comes to posing, when you're feeling nervous, just imagine the voice of David. And he's just in your pocket and he's saying this, breathe, right? Just like how I did, let's breathe together. And out through the mouth, and you're going to go from being shy and small into a shoulder width stance. I want you to recognize your balance. Go from being center balance to shifting your balance and weight onto one leg. Let the leg take care of you, let it support you. This is how we relax and rest. And then from there, when you feel relaxed and rested, then take both of your hands and just place them somewhere. Don't try to place them where Pinterest told you to put them. Don't try to place them where a supermodel told you this is where you put them. No, instead, just place them where they feel safe. Place them where you would naturally put them. And I know it's easier said than done, but somewhere really easy is just in your pockets. In your pockets just to relax it. Don't put them all the way in because your shoulder is gonna be like this. Just have them hanging here with the thumbs out, right? And relax. And notice how it just naturally shapes my arm. Maybe you have a backpack and you're just holding onto the backpack. The other one can just be down or in your pocket. If you don't have pockets, you're wearing a dress, then you can be just holding onto the dress like so. You can be fixing your hair like this. This is the fundamental of posing that I try to preach and teach you about. If you want to learn more about this and really deep dive into this, you can check out my online posing masterclass. But I'm giving you just the fundamental knowledge here. So bestie, that is it. You are now set up to travel, whether that's tomorrow or maybe you're at your vacation already and you're frantically looking at tips, or maybe it's for just a future unknown trip. Thank you for watching all the way through. And like I said, here's a compilation of my 10 favorite poses for vacations. Remember, posing isn't just one size fits all. We're all different bodies, we're all different mindsets, we all have different standards for ourselves, so it's about trying. So please play, be curious, and be excited to discover who you are. Leave me a comment if you tried all these tips today. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I'll see you on the next video. Pow! Let's get down to biz.